Hi everyone, my name is Rakshith and I'm a third year mechanical engineering student here in the UK. And in this video, we'll be going over finding a part-time job in the UK. In this video, I'll be covering places where you can find a job, strategies to find a job, as well as a few tips and tricks that I've learned over my time here in the UK. So let's start off. Before we do any job application, the first thing to do is make sure you have an updated CV as well as a cover letter. This is very important for your employer to know your key skills and competencies as well as your motivation for applying for that job. So the first place where you can apply a job is at restaurants as well as retail sector. I would highly recommend the first thing to do is to print 10 to 15 copies of your CV and cover letter and head down into the city. Walk around the city and notice that certain shops and restaurants have signs outside asking for a job. This would be either a waiter, a sales assistant, a sales executive, any of these roles. They usually apply and you have to, they usually open up for applications and they put up posters outside. And the best way to find out about it is to go in person, because a lot of these restaurants and shops recruit in person and not online. So walk around the city, spot these out, make a list of all these shops that you've just noticed that have openings. And now what I would suggest is take your CV, cover letter and hand them over to those restaurants once you have an idea of where all these restaurants and shops are. The reason you look at them first is that you have an image of what kind of place that exists and what kind are looking for a job and what matches with your personality. Apply for those. Now if you have remaining CVs and cover letters that you haven't handed out yet, go to the places that haven't advertised too. Because a lot of times they wouldn't have advertised, but if there is an opening and they notice that your qualities match the profile of the role that's open, they would often tend to hire you. And I'm going to be very honest, within the city it's not going to be easy, but it's all about continuously applying and one of it is bound to click. Another option is to apply at places like say Motorpoint Arena or National Ice Centre. Well, these kind of places tend to advertise online and they also work with the university on advertising it on the university's platform as well. So that brings me to the next point. Look for jobs at the university's job shop. So it's a website that the university has where a lot of local companies advertise to find and recruit students to work with them. So this is done often by applying online or so the details on applying for the role can be found on the university's website. Again, you need a more tailored CV and cover letter for these roles and the university's employability team are often there to help you. That brings me on to the next point, and that is Unitemps. Unitemps is a platform where the university hires students to help out and fill out certain roles for a short period of time. So Unitemps is a great way to find a job. And over my 2.5 years here in the UK, I've worked countless hours with Unitemps, be it roles of research assistant, creating a role as a learning designer, team administrator, content creator for NTU, and so much more. However, this year has been rather different. There aren't as many openings as I've seen in the past 2 years. So I would be a lot more cautious about applying there, as once you do apply for a certain role, if you're on the tier 4 visa and say you want to work the entire 20 hours, if you don't have a role within Unitemps that does those 20 hours and you find a job outside Unitemps, you are taxed 20%. So your second job is often taxed at that 20% rate. The next way is a lot more interesting, and this is by looking for employers within your qualified area. Say you're coming here for a master's course and you already have an undergraduate degree as well as work experience. You can reach out to people on LinkedIn as well as attend conferences, exhibitions and meet people in person. When you connect with people, click with people, talk to them, share your CV, share your portfolio. A lot of times you can even request for a part-time job, a short placement or something like that, and there's a chance of getting a job related to your course. This may pay a lot more than any of the other jobs, but is also a lot harder to get. Put in the effort. If you do get a job, it's always a great thing. And for students doing placement, the advantage of this method of finding a job is that you can even liaise with them, and if you do well during that part-time job, you may even have your placement guaranteed by the employer, and that's a great way to find a job. Apart from this, there's also a platform called Indeed. and it's also a really good way to find a job. However, in my past experience trying to apply with them, it's not a very easy process. It's very tedious. You have to tailor your CV cover letter to each job, and you'll have to apply to a lot of different jobs for it to click. And again, there are a lot of people who are just not willing to go out there to find the job, and they end up applying just through Indeed, and it can be a very tough process to apply there. So yes, if you're still struggling to find a job, the last resort is try a neighboring town. I know Nottingham is a very student-centric city, and there are a lot of students here, and students look for part-time jobs, so all the part-time openings tend to get filled up very quickly. So if you are staying in Nottingham, try maybe finding a job in Leicester, for example, or Derby, where there are fewer, it's not as much of a university city, and you can find a lot of job openings there. And commuting by train would cost not more than £5 at this point in time, £5 to £15, and the minimum. And you say you are paid the minimum wage, it would take you about an hour or an hour and a half to recover that money, and the rest of the income is your profit. So I hope this video helps. I've tried to summarize the strategies and the tricks, the tips and all that in this very short video. If you have any questions, please do drop them below in the comment section, and I will answer it in my next Q&A video. I hope this video helps. Thanks for watching this video. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and yep, let me know your thoughts in the comments, and see you in the next video. Take care and enjoy your university time in the UK.